ladies and gentlemen, woo! Welcome back to the Wes Show. Ladies, I just want to thank you all for watching, subscribing, liking, commenting, sending me all that garlic bread through the mail. It's just been so, muy es bueno delicioso. Thank you. Listen, I got a special guest tonight. I got the legendary, one of the definitely top 10 in the world in the custom figure arts business. Entrepreneur himself. Genius. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Will Jones. Gotta start this off right. Will, how you doing tonight?
Good, man. You?
I'm doing great, man. You looking good? You feeling good?
Not bad.
All right. Will, if you will, tell the people at home, tell us a little bit about yourself.
What do we need to know? I guess I'm from here originally. Yeah. I don't live here anymore. It sucks too much.
Look out. Already trying to get heat.
Come on, man. If I was going to have any heat, I would have had it already.
Good Lord.
But, yeah, got my art education degree, and then I moved up to D.C. I teach in that area now. So
what a deal.
They pay better than North Carolina. So.
Look out. Hey, if you plan on moving, where the money is.
Yeah, exactly. The only downside is too much nonsense up there, too. But that's a different story for a different time.
There we go. Tune in next week. Anyway, so tell me, how did you get into custom figure building or creating?
I saw a bunch of pictures of people doing it online. I was like, that looks like fun. So I had a bunch of old junky G.I. Joes, and I decided to pick up there, and that's where I got started.
Okay, so starting from there, that's where you first experimented there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So from that, now notice, I've seen a lot of your work and stuff. How did you progress on through that? I know you also started getting into wrestling figures as well.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, you just kind of, you build stuff, and then you get bored of doing the same things over and over, and so you try something new. Like, first it was all just painting the figures, and then I got bored of that, and just doing that by itself, so then I started sculpting stuff, and like cutting parts off, and making, like gluing things onto other figures, and making it completely different, and sculpting more and more and more. And then moved into 6-inch figures after I got tired of doing the little 4-inch ones for a little while. So just anything to keep fresh, and that's usually what makes me try new stuff.
There you go. Just keep bringing new stuff out.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Do you have like a favorite thing you like to design or create while you're at it?
I don't know. I guess the main thing that's got me halfway popular, people that like my stuff on the internet, is just with the wrestling figures. I've started like splitting the fingers and making them articulated, so that way it's like the old bend 'em figures that put a wire in each one of the fingers, and then you can bend them and pose them any way you want.
Now I know you've been saying, now that's probably the top seller you do.
Most everyone, if they want one of them, they want me to do that to it. So I make sure that anything that I do has probably got that done.
Okay, because I noticed I've seen them and it was pretty neat. Folks at home, watching. It's pretty slick because it's like one thing I always want to do with my figures, because like you can do the 2 suites, or I seen one thing you had a Scott Hall.
Yeah, and the spray paint can.
Yeah. I was like, man, that's awesome. I was like, why can't figures do like this now? But you've been inventive on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Basically, like last August, I got bored and decided to try it, and then took off from there.
There you go.
It worked out. I'd always wanted to see if I could make it that way for like the little, like not the old G.I. Joes, but the more modern ones that are still kind of rubbery. I wanted to try it with those, but thinking it was like, no, those are too small. And then when I started messing with 6-inch figures, I was like, oh, that'll work.
There you go.
So it's just straight pins and floral wire. That's all it is.
Hey, that's all you need. That's all you need. Now, I've noticed a lot of your artwork, of course, my favorite figure you've done was still, I love the Kenny Omega.
That was the very first one of the wrestling figures that I did. So he was by far one of my favorite ones to learn on. I sculpted the hair. I found a dude online that made me the jacket, but since then I've learned how to sew the miniature jackets too. So I've made my own jackets for a few figures, pants too. Then other than that, it was just finding the right bodies. He started off with too small a body, and so later on I found one and I redid him and fixed him up, so he was even better than he was when I first made him.
There you go.
And then I think the next one after that was that Chris Benoit that I did.
Yeah, I remember that. That one was slick.
That one was super nice. made it look like that early Four Horsemen attire before they did that weird, curly, crazy 4-H thing on the side of it with the hooks. But yeah, most of it, like, what makes me try new stuff is just entering contests. Like, a buddy of mine online goes by the Mad Reaper. Him and another buddy of mine named Patrick, or he goes by the Chosen One on Instagram and a bunch of other stuff. They run a online group called the Custom Underground, and they do a podcast. I've been on there a handful of times, and you know, they run seasonal contests. So they run it more like TV seasons. It'll run from such and such to such and such. Like, it ran from this most recent season, the second one went from late January to beginning of May.
Yeah.
Because you have 2 weeks. 2 or 3 weeks to do a custom. They'll give you a theme at the beginning of it, and everyone, you know, makes something in that theme, and then you're in the bracket format, and you just go through there.
Kind of like a tournament format? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got all the way to the finals in this most recent one. It was a triple threat because there were a lot of ties in this one because everyone pulled out their A game.
Yeah.
And I wound up falling short. But
hey, listen, was it your first time?
No, I was out in the first round, the first season.
Okay, hey, that's an upgrade.
Oh yeah, from the first round out to the final.
Hey,
yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Better performance, you start getting them higher paychecks. Trust me, folks, I know. But that's awesome. Now, name some of the stuff you have done.
Like what, wrestlers in particular?
You do wrestlers, action figures, from comics, anything. What
yeah, let's see. I made a Gambit out of G.I. Joe parts and cast Marvel Universe parts, the little guys. And then I used hot glue, and I made the energy effects and green stuff sculpting material, make a little miniature like scale playing cards for it, and a little cigarette too. So made him, done a bunch of different G.I. Joes. There's no point naming all those, so there's just too many. I've made 2 different old Prince Devitt figures. Like, I did his Wrestle Kingdom 8, the Carnage look.
Yes.
And then recently, Patrick, the one I mentioned before, he wanted me to make the Punisher ring attire. Yeah, and I did that one for him. And he bought that, and he bought my one of the earlier themes for this most recent season was make a wrestler into a superhero.
Yeah.
So I couldn't think of too much, and so I decided I'll just go out of left field and get obscure with it. So I made Madman from the old Dark Horse comics.
Okay, yeah.
Out of an Edge figure.
Gotcha.
So I made that, and he bought that one. He bought the Prince Devitt, and then he bought the big luchador figure that I made too.
Nice.
The Black Taurus.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think all in total for those 3, it was about $350 that I charged him.
That's what it is. But listen, you can't put on price of something you've always wanted. You always wanted a certain type of figure, and you're able to produce that, and that's what I think is so damn amazing. You're able to take your creativity and put it to something that these companies are too afraid to take a chance on. And you put it out there for the people that they are actually able to purchase from you, and then you make their dream fucking happen. I would say that's damn amazing.
It's not too bad, man. I enjoy doing it. I'm hoping that, like, I know I've seen a few people get, like, I guess you could say call-ups to, like, working with some of these toy companies from just doing custom work. So, you know, maybe someone in one of the things is seeing what I'm doing with the fingers, and they're like, hey, maybe we could do that. And, you know, all they got to do is, you know, hit me up on Internet.
There you go.
Well, I'll show them some tricks.
That's a perfect segue. You got any plugs you want to give out where people can check this stuff out?
Let's see. On Instagram, just go for Creature Will. It's Creature _, and then Will, and that's where my stuff is there. And you can see just about anything, but that's not only just figures. That's just anything I feel like posting on their account.
Gotcha.
Other than that, you know, I'm on like the Figure Realm forums, and I'll post stuff there from time to time.
Okay.
G.I. Joe stuff, I'll do it at OG13, that forum. Sometimes at His Tank, a few others. So it all depends on what it is and where I feel like posting it.
All right.
But right now, being the summertime, it's very slow. Nothing is going to kick back up until like August or September.
Hey, listen, we got to get out and slip and slide. Listen, folks, I'm getting tore up. This interview's going great. Well, I hope you're having a good time. Listen, when we come back, we got to take a quick commercial break because, you know, we got to keep these lights on. Listen, come back, we're going to get more in depth Will joins in his creative vegan custom vegan. Proceed. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Wild Wild West Show. Listen, I got the legendary Will Jones over here, looking better than ever. Listen, I'm giving you guys a little surprise tonight, a little turn, as we like to call it. Listen, we're throwing a wild review in an episode of the Wild Wild West Show. Will, what did you bring us today?
I brought those Hot Topic Young Bucks, man.
You brought the, man, I've been wanting these, man, these things look fresh. I love it.
Oh yeah, my brother scooped them up the day they came out. He was down in Charlotte, and
nice.
he grabbed a box for both of us, and then he came up a few days later and dropped them off.
Oh, nice. I love how they look, man. You want to take them out?
Yeah, let's take them out.
We're going to do a little bit of review here.
I like this colorway a little bit more than the other set, the red ones.
Yeah. Oh, man.
There we go.
All right. Look at Nick and Matt over there. Oh, man. Definitely look at me. We'll take a look on the back side. I love how they done the tassels. That's really neat.
The tassels turned out really good. It's hard to make tassels on anything that look like tassels.
The only last time I seen good tassels on something was remember the WCW figures, and they had the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Which one?
Is the one he had come with a steel chair.
Oh, the old one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was. It was Wolfpack Madness.
Okay. I don't remember it, but probably.
Okay. Well, that's the last time they done tassels, and it actually didn't look. I actually looked like his worst.
Well, now that what is it? That Defining Moments.
Yeah.
Savage with the.
Yeah. Now that. Yeah.
They got the right weight fabric for that. That's the one thing doing customs I've seen is people use like just any fabric to do it.
Yeah.
And if it's not the right weight, it's just going to look really, really stiff and not drape right. So you've got to use like super thin, sheer, light fabrics if you want it to drape like it would on a real person.
Okay.
Because those fabrics that they would have used, like the regular ones.
Yeah.
Say a tassel's probably like a t-shirt fabric.
Gotcha.
Too thick for a miniature figure.
Yeah.
So you'd have to drop down to something even lighter.
Okay.
So we could wear something with tassels like this and they'd look normal. But if you put them on something small, they'd look like they stick out or they're too bulky.
A little stiff, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
But when you sculpt them on there, it's just tricky to make them look not like just a big bulk of knobs and blobs.
There you go.
They did a good job on that.
Man, I'm taking this all in. These things been selling like hotcakes, and we got not one but two on the Wild Wild West Show. Whew. Man, tear me up. Will, I want to thank you for being on the show today.
Oh yeah, man.
Whew. Let me fix my pen here. I'll get you. Forget the pen. Will, we got to do it too sweet on the way out. I want to thank you all. Thank everybody home. I want to thank you again, Will.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a good episode.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for bringing the Young Bucks.
No problem.
Matt and Nick, if you're watching, please come on. I'd love to interview you. Ladies and gentlemen, we gotta go. We gotta go get some Arby's. We're getting tore up. We need to get some snackers. Thank you all. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe. Thank you.